Welcome to Breaking the Algebra Phobia, 12 Secrets of Students Who Tamed Algebra Early On. Written by Rolando Asisten Jr. If math has ever made your palms sweat or your heart sink, this book is for you. Breaking the Algebra Phobia isn't just a math book, it's a breakthrough plan. It tells the real stories of students who once feared algebra, but turned that fear into confidence, step by step. Whether you're a student struggling with variables, a parent trying to help with homework, or a teacher searching for better ways to reach your class, you'll find hope and strategies here. You'll learn why some students freeze at the sight of an equation, what successful learners did differently, and how mindset, story, and strategy come together to break the fear. Each chapter ends with reflection questions, student-tested strategies, and classroom insights from a teacher who has taught algebra at every level, from high school to graduate school. You don't need to be a math genius. You just need to believe that change is possible, and that the way you see algebra can shift. Let's begin the journey to confidence, one equation at a time. Chapter 1. Name the fear. Secret number 1. Acknowledge math anxiety before trying to fix it. You can't solve what you won't name. Maria's story. The quiet panic. Maria was a 9th grade student from Prince George's County, Maryland. Thoughtful and quick-witted, she excelled in English and social studies. But algebra? That was another world entirely. Every time the whiteboard filled with symbols like X, Y, and escapades, her mind went blank. Her hands would get clammy. She'd stare at the problem, feeling a rising tightness in her chest. Homework took her hours. Tests gave her headaches. But she never asked for help, not once. Maria wasn't lazy and she wasn't bad at math. She was anxious, crushingly anxious. It wasn't until one random Thursday, when her teacher gave the class a 10-minute writing activity, that something shifted. The prompt was simple. Write honestly about what happens in your body and mind when you see an algebra problem. Maria stared at her paper. Then, with a deep breath, she wrote, "Like I'm drowning, like I can't breathe, like I'm already wrong even before I try." Her teacher didn't mark it up or correct it. She nodded and said, "You've just done something most people never do. You named the fear. Now we can deal with it." The science behind the fear. Math anxiety is real. It's not just discomfort, it's a physiological and psychological state that limits the brain's ability to solve problems. It affects working memory, increases stress hormones, and leads to avoidance behaviors. Most importantly, it feeds a dangerous lie. I'm just not a math person. Math anxiety disrupts cognitive processes and reduces math performance by affecting working memory. Ashcraft and Krauss, 2007. So what can be done? Can students like Maria actually overcome that feeling? Yes. In fact, one of the most effective strategies is also the simplest. Write about it. The real-world study that proved it works. In 2011, researchers Dr. Gerardo Ramirez and Dr. Sian Baylock conducted a study that changed how teachers around the world approach test anxiety. Their question: could students improve their test scores just by writing about their fears before a test? Methodology. Participants: 106 9th grade students in a U.S. public school. Setting: a real biology classroom, not a lab. Design: randomized controlled field experiment. Groups: experimental group wrote for 10 minutes about their worries before the exam. Control group wrote about an unrelated neutral topic, e.g., what they did the day before. Results: students in the experimental group, especially those with high anxiety, scored nearly a full grade higher than their peers in the control group. The writing allowed students to offload their worries, freeing up brain power for problem solving. Expressive writing reduces the burden on working memory and improves cognitive performance, especially in students who tend to freeze under pressure. Ramirez and Baylock, 2011. This wasn't a one-time trick. The method has been replicated in university math classrooms, adopted by school districts, and incorporated into social-emotional learning, SEL frameworks. Strategy: express and disarm. This strategy works because naming the fear weakens its power. Left unspoken, anxiety grows in the shadows. Brought into the light, it becomes something we can handle. Here's how students can begin. Step 1. Name it. Write down your honest feelings before math class or a test. Use a prompt. What do I feel right now? What's the worst that could happen? What does my brain say when I see a math problem? Don't filter or fix. Just name it. Step 2. Release it. Write for 5 to 10 minutes. Set a timer. Don't worry about grammar. Don't try to make it positive. Just let the emotions out. Step 3. Reframe it. After you've expressed the fear, write one truth. I've done hard things before. This is just a test, not a definition of who I am. I'm learning how to deal with stress. That's already a win. Action plan for implementation. To ensure this strategy moves from theory to transformation, here is a clear action plan tailored for different roles. For students. 1. Create a math journal just for expressive writing before lessons and tests. 2. Write before each assessment. Don't skip, even if you feel okay that day. 3. Don't censor your emotions. Let frustration, fear, or doubt flow onto the page. 4. Add a reframe sentence after each entry to build perspective. For teachers. 1. Introduce expressive writing in the first week of class as a safe, normal routine. 2. Use prompts. How do you feel about today's lesson, test, or what worries you most about math? 3. Never grade expressive writing. It must remain private or voluntary to share. 4. Debrief as a class. Optional. How many felt nervous? You're not alone. 5. Use what you learned to identify patterns and support anxious students early. For parents. 1. Ask your child about how math makes them feel, not just how they're doing. 2. Normalize anxiety. Share times you felt nervous and got through it. 3. Encourage journaling at home before big tests, not to prepare for content, but to unload emotion. 4. Celebrate effort over grades to reinforce that learning is a journey. For school leaders. 1. Include math anxiety training in professional development for all math teachers. 2. Add expressive writing into SEL or advisory periods in grades 5 to 10. 3. Support school-wide norms around journaling, emotional regulation, and growth mindset. 4. Measure impact. Compare baseline and post-intervention scores and student confidence levels. Aligned theory. 1. Effective filter hypothesis, Krashen 1982. 2. Math anxiety research, Ashcraft 2002. Fear impedes learning when emotional barriers block cognitive engagement. Naming the fear lowers the effective filter and creates psychological safety. Related concepts. 1. Emotional regulation. 2. Growth mindset, Dweck. Closing insight. Maria didn't turn into a math prodigy overnight, but once she gave her anxiety a name, she no longer had to pretend it didn't exist. Instead of being ashamed of her fear, she became curious about it. She asked questions, she made mistakes, she laughed, she tried again. That was her first algebra breakthrough. Not solving an equation, but naming the emotion blocking the way. Your breakthrough might start the same way. All it takes is one sentence. This scares me. And one brave act. Write it down. That's one secret revealed. We will proceed to the second one.